So in this video, I'm going to go over how to install a backup plugin for WordPress. And there's a manual way to do WordPress backups, but plugins also help. And I prefer to just use what's going to be quick and easy. Yes, it means another plugin on the site, but I wanted to make sure that I'm doing something that will allow me to do backups on a regular basis. And the main reason being is, there's a new WordPress version out right now, 6.2, and they really do recommend doing a backup of your files and what have you before you do an update. And I never do. I'm playing with fire, and I decided rather than play with fire, let's do the backups and do the necessary things in case something happens. And so what I'm looking at here is the UpdraftPlus WordPress Backup Plugin. All right, it is one of the, if not the most downloaded WordPress plugin for doing backups. It's got 3+ million active installations. It's got a bunch of 5-star ratings, 6,431. So there's quite a few 5-star ratings there. And this is the plugin that I'm going to use. Now, and you can also see I've got a bunch of plugins that need to be updated, and I'm not going to even update those until I've gone and done a complete update of my WordPress website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click up here, top left-hand corner, right next to where it says plugins. I'm going to click on add new, and we are going to do a search for Updraft Plus. Now, they do have a paid and a free version of Updraft Plus. Updraft Plus, the paid version, has all kinds of bells and whistles, but the free version is fully functional. And yes, it's going to require more work, but for what we need to do, the free version is perfectly fine, and I'm going to stick with that. So here it is, Updraft Plus WordPress Backup Plugin. We're going to click on Install Now, and then we're going to click on Activate. Now they say you should, do backups. They say at least once a week. Even if you're doing them once a month, it's better than, like I said, I hadn't even been doing them that much. If nothing else, do a backup before you do an update of your plugins or a new WordPress version comes out. I'll probably pop in here and do it once a week. But that just kind of gives you an idea. Some people will be really, really obsessive and do it every single day, or you can get really, really crazy, do it a couple times a day. But seriously, unless you're doing like blog posts on a regular basis, you might do it like, hey, I just did a new blog post, let me do an update, or a backup. Hey, I've got a new plugin to update. Let me go ahead and do a backup. Hey, here's a new, so at least before any significant change is what I would recommend. But again, more than likely, I'll be doing this once a week. But here we've got it all ready to go. We're going to go ahead and click on press to start. And your first backup. So we'll go ahead, and nothing is currently scheduled. We're going to just leave this, again, as it is. We're going to leave it default, and we're just going to click on backup now. To make a simple backup to your server, press this button, or to set up regular backups and remote storage, go to settings. So let's just see exactly what that looks like. Manual, sure. Database manual, sure. We'll just do next. We're going to keep that as a default. So we need to tell it where to go with the backup. If we do the Updraft Plus Vault, that requires the premium version of Updraft Plus. So we're not going to do that. Microsoft OneDrive also, you would need to update to Updraft Plus. And if we click on Google Drive, it does not require any kind of a upgrade. You just sign in with Google, and then we're good to go. So we'll go ahead, and I'm going to click on sign in with Google. After clicking on that, it's going to open up a new window, and it wants to allow the Google account is wanting us to allow access to Updraft Plus. So we'll click on allow. We'll click on complete setup. All right, so if we go back to our settings, we now have Google Drive should be all set. So we've already been authenticated and should be all set to go. Now we're going to click on Save Changes. All right, now we're going to just go up to Backup and Restore. We're going to do a backup now. We're going to just leave everything default and click on Backup Now. So we're requesting the start of the backup, and it looks like it's going to take a little while. There we go. So it does create a zip file. Once it's all done, we'll go to the actual folder and take a peek and see exactly how big it ends up being. So let's go open that up. We're going to open up a new tab. We're going to do drive.google.com. And look at that. This is the backup that was just created. And here, it should be in this new folder right here. And these are all the different backups for that I just created. So we've got all these different backup files here that we can use if needed in a pinch if something goes wrong with our backup. So that is how we get the UpdraftPlus WordPress Backup Plugin installed. That's how we get all the settings set properly. Again, I would recommend using your Google Drive, and that's how to do our first backup.